Ooh, guys, look, I'm standing today. I mean, I have a chair behind me for no apparent reason. Move that out of the way. And why are we standing today? You might be asking. Because we are going to be doing some cooking and I need to be standing for that. And this is actually my first like cooking video of 2020, which I'm pretty excited about. And I was trying to think of like what I wanted to cook with you guys today and like what I felt like making. And honestly, the first thing that came to mind was like health food. Because I see so many videos going out right now of like healthy eating and different diets and salads. And you know what? I don't want to make salad, okay? I can eat that later. No one wants to watch me make salad, but you know what I do feel like making? It's pizza. And not just any pizza. This is the pizza that Tasty has deemed to be the best homemade pizza you'll ever eat. I mean, like, that's a pretty enticing title. And I do appreciate that they wrote eat and not make, which is important because no one wants to make the pizza, they just want to eat it. This video has 15 million views on it, which is incredible. And I bet only 5 of those people have actually made the pizza, if you're anything like me. But today, you know what? We're gonna make it 6 because we're gonna make this pizza and I'm gonna let you know if it is worth the effort. As someone who only wants to put in the correct amount of effort for how good a recipe is, I will let you know. And yeah, I thought this would be fun. Just hang out in the kitchen. You can see, guys, I have drawers. I don't know why I went this way where you cannot see them at all. Drawers. I really like it. I can't wait for you guys to see the before and after. And also we're doing like a little declutter too. So I'm gonna show you how we like organize the kitchen. Very excited. But yeah, I figured, you know what? Let's hang out and make some pizza. Cause I feel like that's a good way to start the year. Not that I don't appreciate good healthy food, but like pizza, I mean, that's what brings people together. Salad doesn't bring people together. Although I wouldn't say no to like a pickled beet, goat cheese, spinach, a little blueberry, balsamic kind of a, oh, that would be really good. And also, while I get all these ingredients out, make sure you subscribe. If you haven't already, come and join us here every single Saturday. We love to cook, especially baking, but also cooking. And I think Chris will probably join me tomorrow for the actual like decorating, if you will, of the pizza, which is, I mean, the most fun part, right? No one wants to do the dough, and so that's what I'm here for. So let's start with yeast. Let's yeast it up. So we have here to start with some water. This needs to be like basically room temperature. What they were saying in the video is, ooh, that's very cold. I'm gonna heat that up for a second, but it should feel like nothing as soon as you like hit the water, just like basic room temperature water. Just heat the water up. Give me a second. Also standing in front of a pot of fresh stock that Chris is simmering for like 8 hours. I'm very excited about it. It smells phenomenal. All right, so we have our room temperature water here. We have some active dry yeast as well as some sugar. So I'm gonna take the sugar first and just like pour it into the water. Give something for the yeast to eat. And we're gonna pour our little yeasties in. Get in there, little guys. And you need to stir them up as well. Gotta make it a nice party. So I can give this a minute and let it like do its thing and make sure it's like bubbling and doing everything it's supposed to. While I do that, instead of like just spending my time looking at Instagram, what have you guys been up to? How has life been treating you in January of 2020? I am starting to reach bloated whale status in pregnancy, which is super fun. We're over here prepping for a little baby boy to be joining us, checking on the yeast. It's doing its thing, give it a minute. I've been preparing for like mid-February in terms of like a arrival date. And then Lisa Canning, you guys know, she did like helped us design the basement. She gave birth 3 weeks early. 3 weeks, I'm not prepared for that. But go and send her some congratulations on Instagram. It's just like the most precious little babo. Ooh, we got some things happening over here. Let's bring this guy over so you guys can witness this super exciting moment in science. Food science. I don't want to disturb what they're doing, but I also want to show you guys because it's really cool. Or maybe it's just me thinking it's cool. They are full on doing their thing, bubbling away. That makes me happy because then I don't have to do this again. So now that the yeast is doing its thing, we can kind of like move on to the rest of the steps. So I have here 7 cups of flour. Now they didn't specify if it was bread flour or all-purpose flour, so we're going with all-purpose today because I feel like that's what most people would have on hand anyway. Also some salt and some olive oil. We're gonna add the olive oil just for like an extra flavor component, as well as like, you know, binding the stuff together, adding some, I want to say some nourishment because I keep thinking of it from like a skincare perspective, but I don't know, emollient? That's not the right word. Okay, so we have all our ingredients here. I'm gonna get a spoon, and then basically they wanted to add the salt first, kind of mix that in, waddling around like a penguin. Ooh, hitting the bump off everything. It's fine. I'm gonna stir that in and create like a little crevasse, if you will, in the center. And into the middle, we are adding in the olive oil. This is 6 tablespoons, I believe. And now we're gonna add the sugar water yeast ingredients right to the center as well. And she said to do this in a bowl to start with, just because it's not gonna be as messy, which I appreciate because I'm already messy enough. We just want to bring the dough together so it's not like a crazy mess, and then we're gonna dump it out and we're gonna start kneading. It's gonna be the most exercise I get all year. So I'm just bringing it together, getting as much of the flour kind of incorporated into it as possible. All right, my hands are clean, by the way, in case anyone was wondering. We're gonna dump this out onto my also clean countertop. Very important. And she still had some unincorporated what's the word I'm looking for? Flour. So I'm just gonna kind of dump that on top. And they were saying in the process of doing this to really make sure that you are kneading your dough for enough time. So I am going to set a timer, because they said to set a timer for 10 minutes. Make sure you do it for the exact amount of time. And it's basically like a folding it onto itself kind of a motion, and then pushing it out, and then folding it, and then pushing it out. If you have any tips and tricks, feel free to leave them below. This is a very sticky dough. I feel like I want to add a little bit of flour. Dump some on there. So now I have to do this like little round, like little ball that they do. So she's like takes it and like pulls the sides up into the middle. Oh, hey, that's not bad. Very proud of it. And it should like spring back. And it's springing back. It's exciting. Yay! Okay, so now I have some olive oil, and I have in this bowl here, and an accent apparently. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil into the bottom just so the dough doesn't stick. Move it around. And there are a couple of different options in terms of like how long you let it rise for. So you can let it rise for an hour, and that's perfectly good and decent, but she said the best is if you let it rise overnight. And I mean, if I'm putting in this work to like make the best pizza, I'm gonna let it rise overnight. I want it to be the best. I don't want subpar pizza, tasty. And she said to put a little bit on top as well. Looks good. All right. All right. And while we let the dough rise, we are also making another kind of dough. We're making homemade bread with we have our stock here, chicken stock, for some soup later tonight. So excited, everyone. 2 different types of dough. Oh, 2020 is shaping up. Okay, update on the dough, guys. She's expanded. It is now 4 o'clock, so it's been a couple of hours now. I am not really sure what to do. I might transfer it to a larger bowl so it has more room to expand. All right, guys, we're back. It is the next day, and I need to show you guys the dough. She's so big. Look at how big she is. As you guys saw, I put her in a smaller glass bowl that was starting to explode after like 3 hours. So I put her in this, probably one of the biggest bowls that I currently own, and she still made it up to the top. And this is actually enough dough, I mean, if it wasn't already obvious, for 4 different pizzas. So I thought what would be interesting is splitting that and putting half in the freezer. And then half of it we are gonna bake up into 2 different pies separately in different ways, and I'll show you. But first, we must roll out this dough. I have all my flour over here. And I'm going to sprinkle some onto my work surface here. So much dough, look at this. Ooh, ah. Get a little bit more flour on there. I was about to say salt, don't do that. And Tasty wants us to knead this for another like minute or two, just to kind of like reform the dough. Oh my gosh, it feels so good. It's like pillowy and soft and squishy. And basically, I'm just gonna work this into a giant ball and then cut it. Oh my gosh, has it been a minute yet? It's the longest minute ever. Okay, now I want to get like a cutting board. Chop it up into 4 separate pieces evenly, or as even as I possibly can. Ooh, that looks so cool. It's all like doughy and like squishy on the inside. Anyway, all right, now I just need to get these formed into little individual balls, and then we're gonna let them rest just for an hour, and then we can go on to the toppings. Let me know if you have any favorite toppings that you really enjoy on your pizza. I am very big on pineapple pizza. I know it's controversial, not everyone likes pineapple on pizza, but I am team pineapple on pizza. All right, we're back. I have a Christopher, some ingredients, and some dough to roll out.
Dough incoming.
Dough time. How I get it? It's dough time.
The video showed a lot of this. I don't know if it's accomplishing anything. Doesn't seem to be getting more pizza shaped.
It is though.
Okay.
That looks more pizza shaped to me. By the way, I'm just ripping up mozzarella. I'm also eating it. Let's give it
I want some.
Oh, that's a big chunk. Hold on.
Well, that's not bad.
There you go.
Thank you.
And I also, they said to take whole, thank you. So we took whole canned tomatoes and added some salt to it. More salt than I thought was necessary, but Chris is the salt expert, and so I put in as much as he said to put in. And you can blend it to however saucy you like it. If you like it to be more chunky or not. And then, oh, I didn't even say, okay, so what we're gonna do, I didn't even say what we were going to be doing. The first pie we are going to do in the oven on a pizza stone, the way that they did in the video, with the mozzarella and the sauce and the basil. And then the second pizza we are going to do the way that we would normally make our pizzas, which is on the big green egg. How do you explain the big green egg?
It's just charcoal ceramic cooker.
Looks like an avocado. I don't know why they called it a green egg.
It does look like an avocado.
It's an avocado.
Yeah.
So, and that one we are going to do with our own toppings, which we will get into after we do this pizza. You're doing a really good job. Do you want to try and flip it in the air?
I can definitely throw it into the air. That's not the hard part. Oh, broke it.
I'm so impressed though. You caught it and everything. They said to roll it out, or I guess stretch it out to thinner than you think. Whoa, she's stretchy. This is where it becomes time sensitive. When you're finished the dough and you transfer it onto the peel, which is what's going to get it into the oven, onto the stone, you have to be quick, because if you're not quick, it sticks to the peel and it's like impossible to get it off.
I tell myself that every time, like, be quick about this, it's gonna stick, and every time it sticks. So I don't know how quick you're supposed to be, but I'm not that quick.
Lightning speed.
Yeah.
The trick that they did for creating a peel, if you do not have one at home, is to use the backside of a sheet tray, like just a baking sheet. So I did that right here, and it has some semolina on it. You could do flour, and so we're gonna make the transfer.
Oof. See, I don't even...
Yep.
Start the clock.
Go. I need a spoon.
I got one. Here.
How saucy do you like yours?
Saucy.
Oh, super saucy. Okay.
Like, not so much that it'll...
This is why you're
Yeah.
going too slow. Here we go.
Nice.
Buttes.
It's already stuck to the pan.
Is that good? I'm trying to resist the urge to like make it perfect. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. There's a, whoo, it's so hot. It's like 500 degrees in there. Will he make it? Can he do it?
Look at that.
Oh, but you know what? It came off though.
It did, but it crumpled like this. Okay.
And we're gonna let this cook for about, I'm gonna set a timer for 10 minutes. It says 15, but I'm gonna do 10. All right, I'm gonna roll it out. I just won't put it on the peel yet.
So I like sausage and broccoli, which is kind of weird, I think.
It's good. I like it too. Dough massage is a go. Do you just like keep doing this until it like...
Oh, I made a hole in mine.
I've seen Claire do this.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. I was trying to use my knuckles I've seen that.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what they were doing in the thing.
Yeah.
Should I try and like...
You gotta throw.
Ooh. It's not bad.
Give it a twist as you throw. There you go. You
This
nailed it.
is
Yeah,
not
that's
bad,
awesome.
right? Are we doing fennel?
Fennel seeds.
Fennel seeds.
Yeah.
I like that combination. I mean, I still like pineapple, but like that's a really good one that everyone enjoys, not just like me and Joshua with the pineapple.
Everyone suffers with it.
It's not that bad. You think pineapple okay?
I'm like the only person in the world who could take or leave it, I guess.
Really?
I don't hate it and I don't like it.
There are not many people in that
No.
camp. It's like cilantro.
I'm the same way with cilantro.
Really?
Yeah, it's fine.
Interesting.
Nice.
That was my best one yet.
Yeah.
But it's not getting any bigger. So this really isn't helping me at all. This will break on me.
No, you're doing well.
Ah!
This is why I always have to call you in to fix my dough. Every time I roll out dough, Rach, I ruined it.
Oh, we're trying to make this square, aren't we?
Yeah, rectangular. That's what
Rectangular.
I've got a cast
Okay.
iron rectangle in there.
We only have one pizza stone. I know. It's disgraceful. Perhaps one day we will be 2 pizza stone people. Keep shrinking. Stop it. And it's bitter cold outside right now.
It is cold. Coldest day of the year so far.
Oof. Okay, go time.
Yep.
Okay, so what do we have? We have
Sauce.
sauce. Sauce it up.
You do
Sausage.
sausage over broccoli.
Oh, excellent. And this was not in casing, right? When you...
I took it out of the casing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And it's just like mild, spicy. What'd you do?
I think this is actually honey garlic, which wouldn't have been my first choice, but is just what we have on hand, so
Alright.
it's gonna be good.
It's going to be good. I would also venture to say that adding, if you have it, like caramelized onions on this.
Oh, we should have done that.
It's fine. It's still going to be real good. Cheese. And then fennel. All right. You ready?
Yep.
Follow you outside.
Wait, aren't you doing this one?
No. I have to film. I don't know I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's so cold. Is it sticking?
Of course. I don't know what to do.
That was almost perfect. Wow. I'm impressed, and the other pizza's done.
All right.
This worked out well timing wise. All right, so this is the tasty pizza that just came out of the oven. It's nice and bubbly. It's got those nice little crusty bits of the cheese like they do in the video. Ooh, ah. And here's pizza number 2, also looking real good. A little bit of that bubbly cheese. And this was tough because it was, it's very cold out, which makes it a little bit tougher to cook it. Gonna try the tasty overhead shot. I'm such a professional. Does look really good though. Wow. All right, which one are you gonna try first? This one's steaming. Maybe we should do this one first. Boop.
Cheers.
Cheers. That was good. No?
That's pretty pale. The crust has nice flavor, but texture isn't great to me.
It doesn't taste like raw flour. Like,
No.
I'm not noticing anything like that. And obviously the toppings are really good.
It's not the best margarita pizza I've ever had. That's for sure.
All right.
Oh, it's tasty, obviously.
I like it's still good, but like, yeah. I like it fair. Okay. How about this one? Whoa, look at that cheese though. Well, it's got a little bit more of a crust.
A little more browned, yeah. You can just get the grow up to such a higher temperature, you know?
Yeah, this is definitely gonna burn me. But I don't care. Oh, really good pizza. It's very hot.
It is hot.
Much crispier of a crust. Which is probably why you like this one.
Yeah, the crust is crispier. I just think that's like, you just can't get an oven hot enough to do a pizza perfectly. No, it's no fault of the recipe.
And everyone's oven is so different. Like, they probably have like a really fancy, what are those fancy ones called? Wolf?
Wolf, yeah.
I don't have that. I love the toppings of this. If you like a really rich pizza that has that nice meatiness of the sausage, the broccoli adds some nice crunch to it. Ah, so hot. So what are your thoughts on the actual like dough? Like, do you like the recipe?
Yeah, I do actually, compared to, so either I will just buy store-bought dough or I make it in the bread maker. Those are the 2 ways I make pizza. This is better than both of them. This dough is better. More flavor to it, better texture.
It was it was a good dough to work with. It wasn't so difficult that I found it to be annoying to have to put together and rise and like sticky and tacky. Would you make this again? Like, would you make this?
If I'm going to plan ahead a full day, I can make things better than this.
Shots have been fired.
But this is the best pizza dough. Well, I was going to say I have made. I didn't make it, but the best homemade pizza dough that we've tried. It is like legit. It's very good.
Yeah.
So if you're really into pizza and you will plan ahead, use this recipe for sure. It's great. And also, if I didn't have the big green egg, I would not make this again because that's not a good enough crust.
But if you like a softer, like more of like a doughy crust, which like there's thick crust, thin crust, like there's different preferences.
By the time the cheese was getting very brown on top, the crust was not cooked enough for a good pizza. And that's just an oven. And that's nothing to do with this recipe. But if I didn't have a charcoal grill that I could get up to 700 plus degrees, I wouldn't make it again in an oven.
I still like this though.
It's got basil, of course you like it.
I was just gonna say, I was like, I bet it's the fact that it has basil on it. That's the only reason I really like it. But I also don't mind a thicker dough. I want to say that I would make this again. And I feel like in my heart I want to, but I can't plan in advance very well about anything. So I feel like I wouldn't be able to do this, but I would really want to because I think it is a good dough.
I think that the problem is this has ruined me for the bread maker and store-bought doughs.
Especially store-bought dough.
Yeah.
It's like not even close.
Yeah. I just think we're just not having pizza anymore.
Well, this was a sad end to the video then.
Cookies and ramen still though.
Silver lining, I guess.
Yeah.
We're gonna eat some more pizza then. Don't think I'm not having ramen later though.
Oh, I know.
We're still gonna do that. This is very good. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see more of these kinds of recipe videos, let us know in the comments. And check out the videos on the side if you've missed any. Let me know if you've made this. I want to know what toppings you put on it. You know, I'm always open to expanding on like different toppings, and this one's really good. If you have not tried this, especially, this would have been so much better with caramelized onions.
Yeah, it would actually. Yeah.
It would have made a huge difference.
Yeah. Actually, you know what would be really helpful? Can I ask for recommendations? I want to know your favorite recipe. Like what does your family, what do you make all the time? It's a showstopper. What is it? I need ideas.
Want to go eat pizza now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Bye everyone. Thanks for watching.
Whoa.
See you on Saturday.